When a wildfire made its way through California's Squirrel Valley in the summer of 2017, the residents had to evacuate the area quickly. This forced many people to leave their homes and belongings behind in order to get out of the fire's path of destruction. There were some things they just couldn't abandon, though. When some evacuees saw a pair of horses roaming the area, they knew helping them was necessary, albeit a challenge. It was a matter of life or death, and leaving the majestic animals behind compromised their own safety. What could they do? Residents of California's Squirrel Valley were forced to evacuate their neighborhoods in the summer of 2017 after a wildfire quickly swept through the area. Many families sacrificed all of their belongings in their desperate attempt to get out of the fire's destructive path. Residents certainly didn't have much of a choice when leaving their valuables behind as the vicious wildfire burned its way through the town. That said, there were a number of other things they simply had to take with them, even if it meant putting their lives in danger. As some evacuees left Squirrel Valley, they noticed something unusual. A pair of confused and clearly lost horses were attempting to flee as well. Simply leaving them there to be swallowed by the fire was not an option, but they had to get out of there fast. So, what did the residents do? As high winds pushed the wildfire dangerously close to the town, residents came up with a clever plan, and it was all caught on a dashboard camera. The fire was getting out of control, and if they didn't act fast, the animals would certainly not make it. A person driving a white truck just ahead of the car with the dash cam attempted to get the horses' attention. At first, the animals were scared, as they had no idea that the man simply wanted to usher them to safety. After some coaxing, the pickup driver managed to lead the horses into a safer part of town and pull off to the side. There were ropes tied around their necks, and he reached out in an effort to grab them so they wouldn't run away in their panic. The driver filming the entire scene came to a stop behind the truck driver so she could try to help. At that point, there was already a small crowd of people gathering around to see what they could do. Even in dire circumstances, everyone knew it was important to assist animals in need. The horses were clearly in distress and nervous about all the commotion. On top of that, the smoke from the wildfire was billowing across the roadway. The truck driver opened his door, all the while holding tight to the ropes around the horses' necks. There was no way he was letting them go. Meanwhile, the roadway was becoming congested with the cars of other townspeople who were desperately trying to flee. The truck driver decided to guide the terrified equines away from the passing cars. In the midst of such a tragedy, he certainly didn't want to create another one. The horses must have been incredibly thankful for what the man had done for them. Just watching their trek as they trotted past flames licking the edges of the roadway was stressful enough. Hopefully they were able to reunite with their owners.